Hello, I'm Rodrigo Bermudez, and we will be doing a class video for College English 1, Unit 8. We'll start with your student books. But first, I wanted to remind all of you to remember to please comment on the class Q&A. I asked you guys to do an attendance and participation check. So please write a comment about the person you admire. Okay, so tell me about who the person is, why the person is famous, and why you admire that person, right? So if you take a look at page 45 again, right? So I want you to leave a paragraph similar to part D, okay? So I could say, oh, I admire Steve Jobs, right? He was a famous inventor, okay? So he created the iPhone and the iPad, okay? I think he was very intelligent and created products that I enjoy. Okay, so can you guys leave a comment like that on the Q&A? So I want to know who you admire. And that'll be the attendance check and participation check for this next week. Okay, and then for now, we'll go ahead and do Unit 8 in your student books at a supermarket. Okay, so when you guys go shopping at the supermarket, we'll take a look at some of the food that you guys buy at the supermarket. Okay, so just listen and repeat. Okay, so I will say first, and then you guys can repeat. Okay. All right. So we'll start with number 1, juice. Okay, you guys repeat juice. Tofu, right? You guys say dubu, right? Tofu. Milk, butter, eggs, cheese, yogurt, beef, chicken, fish, peaches, strawberries, potatoes, corn, lettuce, tomatoes. Okay, so for American English pronunciation, we say tomatoes. For British English, they say tomatoes, right? Like you say here in Korea, right? Also tomatoes. But in the US, we say tomatoes, tomato or tomatoes. Okay, and then green beans for 17, green beans. Okay. So for part B, let's use the vocabulary to complete the sentences. Okay, so number 1, it's a kind of meat. It comes from cows. Okay, so what meat comes from cows? Right, it's beef, right? It's beef. They come from chickens. Okay, they are eggs. It's a yellow vegetable. It's corn. It's a drink. You can make it from fruit. It's juice. It's a small red fruit. Okay. It's strawberry. Strawberry. Okay, for part C, we're going to listen to people talking about food. Okay, so check all the foods that you hear them talking about. There is more than one answer for each item. Okay, so check all the foods you hear them talk about. Okay. All right. I'll read it for you, and you guys can just listen. All right. So number 1, do you want chicken for dinner? I'm sick of chicken. Can we have fish? Fish with green beans and potatoes? Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, we'll do number 2. Are you going to have beef? No, I want some fish. Okay, what about you? I want fish too. Anything else? Yes, some corn. 3. Do you want something to eat? Yes, I think I'll have some yogurt. With fruit? How about some strawberries? No thanks, just the yogurt. All right. Number 4, what do you want to eat tonight? How about some tofu? Fried tofu? Great, and let's have some tomatoes too. Sure, why not? Okay, so let's go ahead and check all the foods that you heard for number 1. Okay, they talked about chicken, fish, green beans, and potatoes. Okay, for number 2, they talked about beef, fish, and corn. And number 3, they talked about yogurt and strawberries. And for number 4, they talked about tofu and tomatoes. Sorry for a little bit, some of the noise in the back, right? There's a thunderstorm going on right now. I hope you can all hear me well. Okay. Okay, let's do part D. Let's listen again. Okay, so what are they going to eat? Okay, now circle, right? Circle all the foods that they're going to actually eat, that they want to eat. There can be more than one answer for each conversation. Okay, let's listen again. Okay, here we go. Okay, 1, do you want chicken for dinner? I'm sick of chicken. Can we have fish? Fish with green beans and potatoes? Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, 2. Are you going to have beef? No, I want some fish. What about you? I want fish too. Anything else? Yes, some corn. 3. Do you want something to eat? Yes, I think I'll have some yogurt. With fruit? How about some strawberries? No thanks, just the yogurt. 4. What do you want to eat tonight? How about some tofu? Fried tofu? Great. And let's have some tomatoes too. Sure, why not? Okay, so which foods are they actually going to eat? So for number 1, they're going to eat fish, green beans, and potatoes. Okay, so please circle those 3. Number 2, okay, they're going to eat a fish and corn. For number 3, they're going to eat just yogurt. Okay, so circle yogurt. And for number 4, they're going to eat tofu and tomatoes. Okay, let's continue to the next page. Okay, let's take a look at the speaking page. Let's take a look at part A first. Okay, let's match each question with the correct answer. Okay, let's do number 1. How about fish soup? Okay, D. Okay, good idea. Okay, can you guys try to do number 2, 3, and 4? Okay, when you finish, you guys can check your answers. All right, number 2, what do you want for lunch? Okay, C, how about some tofu? 3, do we need anything? B, well, we have potatoes, but we need some corn. Okay, and how many do we need? A, just a few. Okay, let's do part B. We'll listen to the conversation. Okay, listen to the conversation and then practice it with a partner. Okay, you guys can just listen first. I will say it, and you guys can listen. Okay, so Sasha and David are having a conversation. Do you want to have tacos for dinner? Great idea. The kids love them. What do we need? Let me see. We have some beef. Good. And we have lettuce, but we need some tomatoes. Okay, how many do we need? 3 or 4. Oh, and we need some cheese too. Cheese? Okay. Anything else? Let me think. No, that's all. Okay, so I want you guys to practice the conversation with a partner, okay, and make the conversation about something that you can cook, something that you can make, right? So you can say, oh, do you want to have kimchi bokkeumbap for dinner? Great idea. I love it. Okay, what do we need? Let me see. We have some rice. Good. And we have some kimchi. Okay, but we need some onions. Okay, so make it about the food that you can cook. Okay, and try to talk with a partner. Okay, so what do you need for bulgogi or kimchi bokkeumbap? Okay, and what do you need and how do you make it, right? Okay, so try to have that conversation. And then when you're finished, try to write it down for part C. So you can say, do you want to have kimchi bokkeumbap for dinner? Sure, great idea. What do we need? Let me see. Well, we have kimchi, but we need some rice and onions. Okay. I'll go ahead and write that down. And when you finish, we can go to the next page. If you guys want, just go ahead and pause the video here and then go to the next page. All right, and when you're ready, we'll go to the grammar page. Okay, we will be looking at some count nouns and non-count nouns. Okay, so for some nouns, we can say we can count them, right? Like strawberries, beans, potatoes, and eggs. So we say how many, right? How many eggs are in the refrigerator, right? Oh, there are a few. There are a lot. There aren't many. There aren't any. Okay, and then we say some nouns are non-count nouns. Right, so we can't count them, right? So we say how much, right? How much milk is in the refrigerator? There is a little, okay? There is a lot. There isn't much, okay? There isn't any, right? So some non-count nouns are like milk, beef, corn, yogurt, fish, and juice, right? We would say, oh, how much juice do we have, okay? We have a little, okay, or there isn't much. All right, so let's take a look at some practice in part B for some non-count and count nouns. Okay, we'll do part B. Okay, number one, how many eggs do we need? Oh, I think we need a few. Okay, try to do number 2, 3, and 4, and then check your answers with me. Okay, go ahead and pause the video here. Okay, so when you finish, for number 2, how much juice do we need? Please get a lot. 3, how much milk is there in the refrigerator? There isn't much. How much yogurt do we have? We don't have much. Okay, and then for part C, okay, I want you guys to go ahead and try talking with a partner for part C. Okay, so you're going to ask questions, all right, with how much or how many and give answers. Let's take a look at the examples first. Okay, so how many oranges are there? There are a few. How much water is there? Okay, there is a lot. Okay, so remember for the non-count ones, non-count nouns, you want to use how much. For the count ones, you want to use how many. Okay. Okay, so try speaking for part C. Try with a partner, or do it by yourself if you're alone. Okay, go ahead and try to do all 6 of those. You can pause the video. All right, and when you finish, you guys can check your answers. Okay, number 1, how much juice is there? Okay, how much juice is there? Okay, there is a lot. Okay, there is a lot. 2, how many eggs are there? How many eggs are there? There are a few. There are a few. Okay, and 3, how much tofu How much tofu is there? Okay, there is a lot. Okay, so I think tofu is one of those ones that could be maybe count or non-count. Okay, maybe you could say how many tofus are there? Okay, there are a lot. Okay, so, or how much tofu is there? Okay, there is a lot. I think sometimes it can be count or non-count. Okay, I think tofu is one of those. All right, number 4. How much milk is there? Okay, there is a little. 5. How many peaches are there? There are a few. 6. How many potatoes are there? How many potatoes are there? Okay, there are a lot. Okay, so we'll take a break there. But before you guys watch part 2 of the video, can you guys please do the homework, Unit 8? Okay, so do page 44. Okay, you can skip 45. And please do page 46, page 46, and 47. Okay, so do those pages for homework before watching part 2 video. Okay, so just a moment. Thank you.